Going on, world, and welcome everybody to another Facts Project review. Now, if it wasn't enough that back in July we got, of course, the recreation of Tatsuo Yoshida's Mach Go 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 adaptation for Western audiences, also known as Speed Racer, done by David Pepose. Why not do a shared universe? So Mad Cave Studios, of course, in collaboration with Tatsunoko Production, of course, now gives us the older brother story with Racer X. So Racer X, of course, is going to be done by Mark Russell, who we've talked about on the show before, that is doing Vanishing Point, the anthology sci-fi series that I've talked about in detail. Nuno Platti, who is doing all the artwork, Giotto Marchisio, who is doing the colors, and Buddy Beaudoin is doing the lettering. Now, to get into this, of course, this being like another, of course, facet of the origin story of Rex Racer as well. The show was created in 1967. So the story of what we know as Speed Racer gave us this mysterious antagonist character, or antagonist maybe at first, until this ultimate twist and reveal, probably before the term anti-hero became fashionable. Rex Racer was that guy. And when we're looking at it from that context, the mentorship, the little side talks, the ultimate competitiveness that Rex Racer, of course, gave to his younger brother Speed throughout the entire series, this gives you like a pinpoint origin story of who Racer X was, going into this kind of paralleled storyline between him and Speed Racer that David Pepose is, of course, putting together. So it goes into the accident, what we know as what happened to Racer X, to where, of course, he is wanting to be a race car driver, and without the blessing of his father, is ultimately left with the decision to leave home, start up his own circuit with the wrong crowd. And in doing so, he is now left to work with Alpha Automotive. And unfortunately, Salvatore Ferna, who was the caremaker for Alpha Automotive for very long, who was looking for a brand new driver, is now left in the hands of his son, who's a little bit more sinister, wants to race in a different way. He wants to, of course, instead of be built on speed and design, is more so left in the essence of carnage and violence on the racetrack, which somebody with the heart and mind of Rex left him with the untimely amount of know-how into saving a partner of his, not racing in a particular fashion that the Fernos actually wanted him to race. In the end, led to his demise. So after a very violent car crash, which left burns on maybe around, I'm going to say 60% of his face, the storyline that gets out to the news is that Rex Racer, the racer for Alpha Automotive, is now dead. And his family, who hadn't seen him in so long, because at the end of the day, he left his family behind for him to chase his dream. And he felt as though the only explainable way for him to continue doing the job that he's doing and still kind of stay in the shadows amongst Speed and his father was to stay dead. The name is supposed to stay dead. He ends up just being a getaway driver for the Fernos and ultimately doing like smash and grabs, bank robberies, so on and so forth. And this ends up being the storyline going forth until one fateful day when he sees that his brother, his little brother, Speed, has started racing. That leads into the turn of events where you know that this universe is now going to be a collaboration between David Pepose and Mark Russell. These two minds, great minds from Mad Cave Studios that are putting this particular storyline together, are now going to be pushing these things a lot forward. So I can't wait to see more of this series. Now that we know back in July when Speed Racer was going to be coming out, you kind of figured that Racer X was just going to be a side character in all of this. But no, we're actually going to tell the story of Racer X, Rex Racer, as well. So, of course, look out for more of this. I can't wait to read more of it. The fact that Mark Russell's doing this as well just poses for this to be just a great comic book going forward. And be on the lookout, of course, for the speed races that came out so far. Issue 1 came out in July. Issue 2 came out in August. It's all a world away. Of course, David Pepose had a chance to put forth Space Ghost, and that, of course, became an excellent series. So to do this one as well, another like major IP and a nostalgic series, kind of like how Space Ghost was, makes this for a fun comic. So for everybody here at the Facts Project, we look to seeing more of this, and we will talk about it more. See you next time on the channel.